Hey, back again. New Delicious says unboxing, whatever. So back to Solomon Kane. We just did kind of a brief what's in the big box. Now let's see what's in the big box. Got my X-Acto knife here. So now we're going to open the packages. Like I mentioned before, we're just going to cut the bottom off nice and easy. So our box stays nice. Just go around corner to corner. Usually I have a different knife, but I could not find it right now, so X-Acto knife will work for us. It did slip. I did cut the bottom of the box a little bit there, but no one sees the bottom of the box. All right, here we go. We'll keep this back here just so we have it nice. Ooh, I like this. This is designed with the inserts already in it. So it does have a little quick start guide. It looks like it's only 4 pages, including this little front piece. So we'll see. I don't know. Select an adventure, gather what you need, select a mode, set up and begin. So pretty straightforward, looks like. Here's the rule book itself. Obviously more in depth. We have it where a little introduction. Oh man, I need to get an above angle shot so it'd be a lot easier. We've got a picture of all the components here in depth. Ooh, even pictures of all the miniatures we'll see. So we'll be going through these. Looks like a couple different versions of Solomon Kane even are here, along with some of the other helpers. And then overview, the rules themselves. It looks like it is 55 pages. So maybe at some point when we do a playthrough, we'll go through some of those rules. Then we have the storybooks. So these are all of the adventures. Because this one is a little more detailed of an unboxing than my Warhammer one. My Warhammer one I'll be going into more depth shortly. But we'll go ahead and actually bust these open as well and see what we got here. Gotta always make sure you put it away. Safety's important. All right, storybook, Rattle of Bones. So this is going to be one of the story adventures. It looks like there's a bunch of different paths you can take throughout. So for instance, this is 4C of the story. It looks like it has, depending on what choices you make, it has A's, B's, C's, dependent on it, up to an outcome of the story. So try not to do spoilers so we won't zoom in on them too much. But we got Rattle of Bones, like I said. We got Witchfinder General story. Maybe I'll read these. There's a little blurb on the back of each one of these. He stands in utter darkness, his blood freezing, while a hideous muffled screaming emanates from the secret room, intermingled with the dry, grisly rattle of fleshless bones. There we go. So, Witchfinder General.
So, brother, it is rare to find another of the faith, so proficient in the martial arts. What brings one such as yourself to Essex? I travel all over, to all corners of God's earthly creation, and where I find the devil at work, I drive him out, Kane replies, his eyes glittering dangerously in the gloom.
Skull in the Stars. This one is way thicker than the other one, so I'm guessing this is actually 2 separate segments. Yeah, so it has 2 different acts throughout it. He does not hear and comprehend as a man hears and comprehends the speech of a man, but the frightful secrets it imparts in whisperings and yammerings and screaming silence sink fingers of ice and flame into his soul, and he knows. Ooh. Le ogre. Perhaps he is a man after all, albeit a man who dwarfs all others, and whose lumpen face, with its jutting brow, prognathous jaw, and snaggled teeth, is the stuff of tales to scare disobedient children. Le ogre. I have fun, so whatever. Haunted Mountain. A restless wind howls and wuthers around the bare rocks, raising flurries of snow and dislodging small stones and scree, but not every such disturbance is the wind. Death's Black Riders. I remember when I kickstarted this, I went for the all-in pledge to get everything they had. So the original thing said, choose one of 3 adventures, which were the main 3. So I think this is like the super collector edition, why it's so heavy. Death's Black Riders.
At the edge of the torchlight, 4 squat headstones mark mounds of the cavern earth.
The cavern floor. I need to work on my reading skills.
Moving closer, they see the headstones are elaborately carved with alchemical symbols. The mounds seem very large for just men to be buried beneath them.
Interessant. The Beasts of Bordeaux.
The time has come. Kane and Etany peer out from the shutters to observe the great dire wolf padding from the forest. Behind him, a pack of lesser werewolves move through the undergrowth, a frenzied snarling announcing their approach.
Werewolf. Fun, fun, fun. Woo! And the last one, another big one. So, The Blue Flame of Vengeance.
The blades cross with a sharp clash of venomous steel, showering blue sparks. Across those blades, hot eyes burn into each other, hard, inky black eyes, and volcanic blue ones.
Interesting, volcanic blue. I wonder what that would look like.
Breath hisses between close-locked teeth. Feet scruff. The sword advancing, retreating.
So that's a lot of adventures. Ooh. Now, let me show you the inside here, why I was interested. It looks like it has it already designed to fit all of our components nicely. Here's our specialty dice with the various symbols on them. We'll have to see what all these mean. We have these green cubes with nothing on them, so I wonder if there's some markers that go on these dice, and white ones as well, or if these are some kind of counter maybe. We will see. So, how do they fit all these miniatures that are supposedly in here? Maybe the miniatures are in the arsenal box. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, so it looks like this is just cards and books, and the other one has the other information. It looks like there's enough space here to put the cards in sleeves. Of course, it also looks like we have some odd-shaped cards. So sleeving is always fun with board games like this. These are like tarot-sized cards or something. This is an odd-sized card. These appear to be standard playing card or magic card size. So we will see how all of these interact with one another. Looks like these are discovery cards for the different acts of the game. Loger, Death's Black Riders Act 2, The Beasts of Bordeaux, Witchfinder General, Haunted Mountain. These appear to be some kind of player aids, and so to help mark different things. So I do like how these are set up. Oh, a card box. It appears this is one where you can store it to save your game wherever you're at. So if you're in the middle of Act 1, Part 3, you don't have to try and remember what cards are where. This is a player's aid that is already open with different test information, the virtues, different information. So we'll go over these more in depth when we are attempting to play them, but we will. Yeah, so it looks like these are all the different discoveries that you find in the adventure itself. And they have information about how it affects the gameplay, how long they remain in play. So I'm guessing these are part of a counter or a timer of some sort. We will see though. Darkness cards, event cards, more darkness cards. So we'll find out what all of this means when we play. It's hard to do cards more so because I don't want to spoil the game. Like virtuous actions, omens, fighting effects, and it looks like equipment of some sort. So that is what we have here, as well as these appear to be some basing pieces, so you can mark different characters, some kind of tokens as well. I know that this game is cooperative. It's up to, I think it's up to 5 players. I think it's 4v1 is the, you can play it up to that. So you have some interesting little counter or tokens with different symbols on them, probably meaning some of the different virtues, but we will see what they actually mean. Are you zoomed in?
Yeah,
is it hard to see
it
detail?
is hard to see the detail.
Okay. Well, there is detail. This is a pair of scales. This looks like a mirror with a snake wrapped around it. This looks like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like 2 masks together with a chain. And this is a crown with a sword through the top. These other markers say X, Y, and Z on the bottom side. And these other these yellow tokens have the numbers 1 through 4 imprinted on them. So we have those. There's a lot of space in this to help save wherever your game is at though. A lot of different cubbies open so you can put the different tokens or different models even in here, it looks like. So when you're saving your progress, you have them all handy for the next game. So I appreciate that always, because setup sometimes is one of the most time-consuming parts of games like this. And then some fancy compassy thing, which I don't know how this is an effect of any kind, but we shall find out. So, but I will open some of this, and then maybe we'll go into the arsenal box in the next little clip. We'll try and keep these short, so if you're interested in just a segment of it, you can see what is in just that box. So here we have our different tiles. One of the things I thought was interesting about this when the Kickstarter was there, as you can see kind of like these red walls, but the tile spaces themselves are all odd shapes. So they're not just your standard squares. Similar, Gears of War, the board game, has a similar effect, but you can see they're all numbered in the top here. It's probably, I don't know if it's hard to see, but 1A, 1B, and so on through the course of all of these tiles. So pretty neat. I like kind of the aesthetic. Like I said, appearances are what draw me to a lot of these games. Looks like you have a tree or some kind of root system. One side seems to always be colorful and the other side's like really dreary. So I don't know if that is intended or not so far, but that is the appearance so far. A warm, inviting inn, the inside of a cave. Another inn, more interior cave locations. So we'll kind of go through these maybe a little quicker now. So I don't know how interesting these are to you, but it is kind of neat to just go over the daylight street, nighttime swampy. So it is interesting to see the contrast in these. Ooh, inside, wow. We're moving on up in the world. Inside, shattered remains of an inside somewhere. Oh, so close. All right, well, it looks like that's what we have inside of this box. A lot of books, So I will put this away quickly and we will move on to the next box. We'll see what's inside
The arsenal.
Bye.